Hi guys, Fernandes Lembo, the chilled edition of On the Grid. It was cold out last night, huh? You had that soccer match.
Yeah, I was in layers.
Yeah,
I don't like doing that in Florida.
No. It's not meant to be like that.
No, that's not
and
meant to be.
I was out there also.
You
But
were.
let's have a couple of bullet items first before we
Sure.
get to the soccer.
Yeah.
What's your comment? IMG Academy, it looks like the state track and field championships
Yeah.
will be going there for the next several years. It was at University of North Florida in Jacksonville.
Right.
Is this as an example of IMG sort of consolidating its power and its influence in this area?
Well, the Manatee County track meet was held there a couple years ago. It's a good facility for a track meet. Good for us.
All right.
I mean, it's good for the local athletes and their families and friends. To go right down the road to IMG. No, I mean it's a good facility for track and field, and hopefully it'll stay here for a few years. Good for the area, good exposure. So
I would expect IMG as the years go on to maybe try to track more and more state championships. Wouldn't you think? Like maybe get all of them under one umbrella,
I'm not sure what their plans are in terms of developing the campus, but I know, like, for example, right now the baseball in Fort Myers seems like a pretty good marriage there. The football being in Orlando, centrally located, seems good. So we'll see about that. But I think that the track is definitely a good step forward for IMG and for the area to have it here, a big state championship of any kind. And they had lacrosse a few years ago.
Right, sure.
Last year too, but now they have track and field. That's a big event. A lot of people coming into the area with all those classes. So
and spending all that money, all that economic impact.
yeah, and
they always like to talk
staying here maybe and eating in the restaurants. So yeah, pretty good little boost for the area.
Can't go a week without mentioning the Southeast girls basketball team. They've won 9 in a row.
Right.
John Harder's team is always on top. They're 18-3. I mean, projecting forward, would you expect them to be right where they usually are?
Yeah, they'll make a run.
Yeah.
It's funny. I talked to Coach Harder at the Clemens Classic when they
Right.
beat Palmetto, and he said the big turning point was they lost to Winter Park at the Villages, and they thought they were playing Winter Haven, which is the 1A, the top team in 7A. When they found out they were playing Winter Park, they took the game lightly, and they got beat. They lost by 20-something points, and that might have been a turning point. That might have convinced them, hey, we're good. We can't just walk into any gym and win. So. Sometimes you need that one game to kind of maybe, put you in the right direction. And yeah, they're playing well. The district's tough with Lakewood. They beat Lakewood,
Sure.
I think, already this season. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. But Coach Harder always has his teams ready for the playoffs, and I think they'll be around for quite a bit.
Another team that's sort of going under the radar, Booker High Tornado
Yeah.
Girls. They've gone from 7-9 to 17-9. They've ripped off 10 in a row.
With 7 players.
With 7 players.
Yeah.
What makes it even more impressive is that Yamaris Guevara, I guess they lost her early. A couple
Yeah.
other players have gone down. Alexia Foster has stepped up.
Yeah.
A nice job by Holly Nelson out there as head coach.
Yeah.
Booker Tornadoes, who would have thunk?
Already the top seed in that tournament.
Right.
The girls start next week. The girls basketball tournaments, I believe, start next week.
Right.
So yeah, already the top seed. So you just get through your last couple of regular season games healthy, and then see where it takes you in district. Having that top seed's nice. It means you're home. So yeah, we'll see where they end up.
And Thursday they end the regular season at Venice,
Right.
and then we pick up.
And again, that's a
from
game
there.
you just want to get out of that game healthy and get
Sure.
ready for the playoffs.
Sure. Ram boys, we get to mention them every week. They had a tough loss. They rebounded by beating Booker in the
Right.
MLK Classic. Breon Whitley had 32 points.
Right.
They host Northport Thursday night. I know we haven't had a great chance to see them often, but
Right.
it looks like they've rebounded off of that.
Well, they lost to Grandview Prep,
a
which is
very
good team,
athletic team.
Yeah, they
Yes.
didn't lose to a team we've never heard of
Right.
before. So, again, the regular season with all those sports, it's almost not like a practice, but you just want to get better for district. All those sports, you want to have a nice record, but you just want to get better. And playing a team like Grandview Prep, even though it didn't go their way, I think it's going to help the Rams as it goes forward. And I think you're going to see teams like that. If you want to go far, you're going to see all kinds of teams in the playoffs.
I agree.
So.
And it's always got to see different names. Different names,
yeah.
different teams, different people.
Yeah,
it always makes
definitely.
it exciting. We talk about soccer. You were at 5A District 8 semifinals. Cold. Rams beat Manatee. Read your story today.
Right.
A lot of attitude, character on that team. Read your story. Just describe the Rams' performance last night, maybe.
Yeah, well, they fell down, I think in the 8th minute, Manatee scored. And,
Right.
Riverview kind of controlled the tempo for most of the game. And they came close, had some close calls in late in the first half. In the second half, they finally put that corner kick in. Felipe Lopez with that
Right.
Rojas with that big corner kick, and that kind of opened the floodgates a bit. And yeah, they're big challenge on Friday, going
Right.
to Lakewood Ranch, a top seed in that district, who they pretty much ran through everyone in the regular season.
Sure.
So they have a big task ahead of them, but they're also in the regional playoffs. Second time in 3 years under Ed Stroop. So yeah, granted, they're only down 1-0. They were down 1-0 really early.
Right.
You know, when that happens, when you kind of get punched in the mouth like that, and they rebounded right away. And it's funny because they played Manatee twice in the regular season.
Right.
They beat Manatee by a goal. They tied. And according to Jeff Herndon, the Hurricanes coach, in all 3 of those games, Manatee scored first. Manatee had the lead, and Riverview came back. So
that shows something.
Yeah, well, that's how it played out last night. You know.
Right.
So yeah.
And during the season, Lakewood Ranch Rams lost twice, 2-1, 3-0. But you talk to any coach, it's like we don't take anybody for granted. You still have to go out there and play the game, and then see what happens.
Exactly. You know, Ranch right now, though, both boys and girls, they're the class of the area in soccer. They really are. And it's going to be tough for Riverview to go there and try and beat a team that beat them twice. But hey, it's the old cliche. It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
It is.
So we'll see how that goes.
I was at 1A District 7 last night at very cold Thunder Stadium.
Well, yeah, we know it was cold. You keep mentioning the cold.
It was very, very cold out there. I get these coldest assignments. It's ODA and St. Stephen's in the district final.
Yeah.
On the surface, you know, Mark Jones has really fashioned a great, great program out
really
there.
has.
But I talked to the ODA coach, George Light, and he said, we've been pointing our entire season toward this game.
Right.
St. Stephen's beat them pretty easily during the one regular season match. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night at the pitch.
Funny about St. Stephen's is it's been a weird year for them because the football team went to the championship game in their conference, and the cross-country team went to the state meet. So Mark Jones really had no preseason with these guys. You know, they all kind of came together right when the season started. So, yeah, he's in a nice job. They played some tough teams, and it's gotten them ready for this point. And, again, I mean, they're a team that every year you look, they're in the playoffs and back-to-back Final Fours. They're hoping to get back there again. So, yeah, definitely the Falcons are one of those teams, or every winter we're talking about them right about now.
And they got nice support.
They do, and that nice facility out there with the turf and everything. So it's definitely a good thing out there for St. Stephen's soccer.
And we can't forget 2A District 11, Cardinal Mooney, 15-2, playing at DeSoto for the district title. Alex Turner had 3 goals in the victory over South Shore Million. He's got 36 on the year.
Yeah.
Is he obviously one of the better players in the year?
I'd say.
I'd say so,
I did a story on him last week for our preps page. You know, nice kid, and he wants to go to he wants to hope to parlay soccer into a great education. He wants to go to Wake Forest, Notre Dame. So he said, I want to go play good soccer, but I want to get a good education too. He has like a 4.0 GPA. So it sounds like he's a kid who's...
Sounds like you in high school.
Just like me. Carbon copy. No, it sounds like a kid who's definitely, you know, his head is in the right spot, and as long as he's putting the ball in the back of the net, Cardinal Mooney's happy to have him. He's only a junior. That's the thing. He's only a junior, so... You
know, those kind of talent, when you watch a soccer match and 1 or 2 great guys, they really do stand out on the soccer field. They just seem to move easily. They seem to move with a fluidity that other players don't have.
And soccer is one of those games, too, where if you have to sit through a not-so-good game of soccer with 2 teams against play kickball up and down the field, it's brutal. But if you have teams who are really good, like the years that Palmetto and Jesuit would play, that was fun to watch. Like Lakewood Ranch, Manatee girls. I mean, that's just... It is. Like, it's poetic almost. And to watch a kid like Alex Turner, you know, continually be in the right spot, put the ball in the back of the net. It is definitely fun to watch and fun to write about.
It is. And one more note, down at Charlotte High School tomorrow night, Burton Lawless, who won a Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys, went to Charlotte High School. It's a football banquet tomorrow night, so Burton's going to be back in town presenting a gold commemorative Super Bowl 50 football, commemorating the 50th football, the 50th Super Bowl coming up.
That's sweet.
How's that, huh? If I'm a Toppin and I see Burton Lawless,
yeah,
first of all, I'm Googling, who's Burton Lawless? And then I'm saying, oh, he went to school here. Okay. It's not bad, right?
No, well, the Googling part's bad. No, I mean, where else can you know, that's the thing about, you know, these kids should really enjoy and relish that. It doesn't happen everywhere else. Or a Super Bowl champion comes to your school and hands you a gold commemorative football. There's only going to be one Super Bowl 50. So it's pretty cool to have a memento from that occasion.
And we've had certain athletes from this area go on and play in Super Bowls.
Henry Lawrence.
Tim Johnson, Henry Lawrence, Tim Johnson. But that'll be a great opportunity for Charlotte tomorrow night. So going forward, John, we have girls soccer, we have boys soccer. So next week, if all of our teams do something, we'll be right back here.
And we got girls hoops next week too, which is always fun. I mean, obviously the year that Booker's having.
And Southeast.
Lakewood Ranch, let's not leave them out. You know, so Palmetto beat Sarasota earlier. They could be the 2 seed in that district. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun coming up these next few weeks.
So our plan here on the Grid is to mention your school name at least once during the, I don't care what the sport is or what the school.
And we'll be indoors so you can be nice and warm for basketball.
Okay, so for John Limbo, I'm Doug Fernandez, and we'll talk about that next week on the Grid.